Guess who's back? Back again. Yeah, hi. Sorry I've been kind of absent for a while doing these. I had no intention of stopping, but real life stuff happened, so yeah, here we are. But um, throughout this coming week and these coming years and well, not years, but months, I'll be trying to catch up with the movies I watched because I did watch movies. I just didn't have time to talk about them, but now I do. So yeah, I'll try to upload movies I actually, had stuff to say about. I might not talk about everything that's I watch on my letterbox, which links in the description if you want to see it. But anyway, Anatomy of a Fall, I watched it, obviously. I feel like I always say that. But anyway, it was a movie by Justine Trent and stars Sandra Huller. Yeah. So essentially, you can probably tell what the movie's about. This is the guy who has fallen is Sandra Huller's husband, and this movie basically follows the court case and the media frenzy surrounding the death because people think it's a murder, but some people think it's a suicide, but some people just think it's an accident. And the movie never gives a definitive answer on what it actually is. Now, that's not really a spoiler. Well, it kind of is, but I feel like you can interpret it in a lot of ways, and my opinion changed multiple times. Like it's very, I wouldn't say it's persuasive, but it does a good job of showing key pieces of information to make you go, "Oh, I never thought of that. Oh, that's gonna make me think a bit more." And I feel like that really helps you stay engaged. And I feel like the movie, you almost feel like you're there and like you're one of the jurors in the court. A majority of the movie takes place in court, but it stays entertaining even though it basically stays in one place for a good majority of it. I really liked a lot of the characters. Sandra Huller does a great job as her character's name is also Sandra, but she does excellent job of portraying her character as sympathetic enough so where you kind of think maybe she didn't do it, but a much like there's a hidden darkness to her in a way where you just kind of feel like something's off with her and she might be kind of putting up a front. So that also makes you kind of believe maybe she did do it. So I feel like she does an amazing job with that. Another thing I really want to talk about is her child Daniel, who's I'm gonna attempt to say the actor's name, Milo Machado Graner. This is a French movie, so everyone has French names, and I'm not French. So yeah. Anyway, he plays Daniel, and I don't know how old the actor is, but he does a tremendous job. Child actors can kind of make a movie worse if they're not very good. Um, I have firsthand experience with that. From 28 Days Later is one example that comes to mind, but he does an absolutely tremendous job. I think he elevates basically every single scene he's in. He he instead of like just kind of being fine and making you like not get uninvested in the movie, he gets you more invested, and it's great. It's amazing. He does an amazing job. And also the doggy Snoop, which is basically all I heard about this movie before I actually watched it. Um, he gives an amazing performance for a dog. And granted, I've not seen that many dogs in film that have a big part in the story. And granted, Snoop does not have a very big part in the story, but he's a part of the plot. Like he's important. He's not just a dog for the sake of a cute dog and make you go, "Oh." But props to their trainer. I assume the dog's a boy, but props to his trainer. They did an amazing job, and Snoop himself, he did a great job. I wanted to give him lots of pets. And again, I don't know how good dog acting is in other movies, but I haven't seen Air Bud. I'm sorry. I don't know if this dog deserves an Oscar or not. Sorry. But yeah, I think Anatomy of a Fall is very good. I really like the direction. I think the camera work is really good a lot of the time, especially this one scene when Daniel is being questioned. The camera sort of like orbits around him in a way where it's like it sort of goes back and forth between the two people who are talking, but you just see his face, and it almost feels like he's just being ignored, even though he's the person who like this is all about because he's the only witness to it, but it feels like he's just being ignored there, and I really like that. Um, I don't really know if there was a soundtrack. I mean, there like there's there's one definitive piece of music that is played in the movie, but um, you won't get that if unless you haven't unless you've seen it. But yeah, there really isn't much of a soundtrack to speak of, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, I think Anatomy of Fall is very good, and I think it deserves all the praise it gets. I was kind of confused on how to rate this. I was very, very back and forth. Personally, I feel like it's sort of in between an 8 and a 9 out of 10 for me, but I don't want to do like an 8.5 because that's lame. So I'm just gonna give it. I'm feeling generous today. So this is my first time back in a while. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because I'm such a generous fellow today. But yeah, Anatomy of a Fall. I think it's on Hulu, and it's part of the Criterion Collection. That's how I watched it. So yeah, it's available now, and I think it won an Oscar for, I think it was Best Screenplay or Best Original Screenplay. I'm pretty sure that's what it won. I'm not sure. I'll have to check later on, and you'll have to check later on because we don't live together. Well, maybe. Just kidding. But yeah, what movie will I talk about next? Because I actually have like stuff I need to. Let me look. I feel like I will probably talk about First Reformed next in the coming days. So yeah, look forward to that. And thanks for sticking through to the end. Yeah, so bye bye.